Put a little bit of the rub, nigga, I gotta be safe.
Let's
get to sports talk.
Which could have happened had the Patriots' top-ranked defense not forced 3 turnovers on 3 consecutive snaps for Cleveland. Chubb coughs up 2 fumbles. Baker Mayfield throws a brutal shovel pass for an interception to go along with 5 sacks. Patriots defense scores another touchdown. Long story short, New England wins, Cleveland loses. Pats now 8-0 as Bill Belichick gets his 300th career.
You can't do that against a team that's complete. The Patriots are an organization, you can't do the turnovers. They are a team that see that you turn over the football and they take advantage of it. When you're going against that type of organization, you can't turn the ball over. They just built for it. They built for it winning a lot. And the Browns ain't making no better by turning over the football. And you can't go in there playing like that. Once the Patriots see you play like that, they take advantage of it. They is not flashy. They're not a flashy team. They just a team that know how to play together. And that's why they send that 8-0. They just know how to play together. They got people on that team who know how to play their way. They know how to play as a team so they can win games. They might not be flashy. They just good at what they doing.
Win. See, what was most impressive about the Patriots' victory in this one?
Well, the thing about the Patriots is they do the most boring things, and they don't get bored doing them. Because football's about a bunch of fundamentals. So I could tell you a bunch of plays and everything, but just the basics of football, regardless.
Look, they do the basic things in football. They just fundamental sound. That's how they play football. That's the type of players they're looking for who not play fundamental football. That's the type team they run. They base it, but they get the job done. They ain't a flashy team, but they a solid team. They know how to get it done. They fundamental sound. And that's the type of player they're looking for. Who not be fundamental sound and want to win. And that's why there's players on there that don't get that much time on the field. When they do, they go handle their business once they get on the field. They don't complain. They know they gonna get that time. There's players that have been there longer, know how they run it. They ain't a flashy team.
So what the conditions are. They're going to put the maximum amount of detail to every little single thing. And that's throwing it, that's catching it, that's tackling. And as you can see, the Cleveland Browns, yes, they have a lot of talent on paper, but the details to playing football, they're not that important to them. And you can see mistake after mistake. Veteran players, star players make mistakes. Illegal procedure, lining up offside, formation discrepancy, like so many little things. And to me, New England, it's about the small things. In every single game, they're going to go about being about them. It's like they outclassed Cleveland right from the beginning. The only thing kept Cleveland in this game was the Patriots' bad offense. That's the only single thing that did that. Their defense, they do what they want to do. They're going to crowd the line of scrimmage. They are playing an inordinate amount of 0 and 1 coverage, more than I ever seen Bill Belichick play. And the reason why is because he don't believe people can throw the ball. He has a tremendous amount of confidence in their secondary, which we think by far is the best in the NFL. And he is on the attack every single week. Now, he was aided yesterday by the weather and by Freddie Kitchens. Freddie Kitchens, how you going to start the game in a rainstorm?
Pass. Come on. And by the way, it's not like he was then proved.
If anyone else...
See? It's just like, I get it, Chubbs. This before Chubbs fumbled 2 times. But you don't start the game out in a rainy game passing the football. Hand the football off and then pass. You see Baker's already freaking struggling and you gonna try to come out and pass? You take that weight off his shoulder and hand it off to Chubb. He's still doing the same thing, and you play right in the Patriots' hand, and they seen that.
There's anything about Belichick coaching or doing another job, I'm going to slap the taste out their mouth. And the reason why is, why would I change my profession? I got these idiots I'm playing.
It's unbelievable.
Everybody wants him to go do something else. Well, why?
Well, every week, I joked with you before the show. Do teams get hypnotized when they walk into that building? The things that we said on Friday for the Browns to keep it close, because I don't feel badly at all about saying Friday I thought this could be a close game if the Browns didn't turn the ball over, because as C mentioned, this Patriots offense is average. This Patriots passing game is average, and their offensive line is below average.
Even Tom Brady is playing average.
Listen, they had one huge play in the passing game. It was a screen pass on 3rd and 10 that went for 60 yards. Because, God, I mean, who could have thought that a team would go screen pass on 3rd and 10 when they can't block? Of course, they're either doing that or a draw. But you walk into the game, and the first fumble, listen, Nick Chubb needs better ball security. The ball gets kicked out of his hand. It gets kicked by an offensive
No, you got to give New England credit. They smashed the formation. They knew exactly what they were going to run. Kyle Van Noy went up under the guard's legs
and flips him.
and made his leg come into the running back.
The point, no, I'll give it for New England full credit defensively for what they did. My point is, I'm not going to kill Nick Chubb for that. But the next time he touches the ball, I know he's fast. At one point this year, he had the fastest clock time. You know guys are chasing you. If you're watching this game, you're watching it thinking somebody's going to come out and try to punch that ball punched out. And the very next play, Baker does something I've never seen done, which is the reason they do that play right there is because it's so safe. It's like a toss or a handoff, but if it goes to the ground, it's an incomplete pass. It's safe unless, of course, when you see that the D tackle has blown up your guard, you don't just eat it. And so now you're down 7.
Why? There wasn't no room to shovel past that. Just take the sack and live with it. Turnovers kill you. Especially against a team that's fundamental sound. Especially if you're going against a good team and you on just playing their hands. You see your guard got pushed back into you. Why would you shovel past it? Why would you just shovel past the football? Just take the sack. You turn over against a good, solid team, you're going to lose the game. You come out passing against a good team, you're going to lose. You're going to lose. Especially if your quarterback's struggling, and then plus you turn over the football, you can't do that against a fundamental sound team, man.
Nothing. And down 70-0 the Patriots in New England. Good night, good luck. Didn't matter what else they did. Didn't matter how well Nick Chubb was running the ball. Nothing else mattered after this.
Listen, that's not a safe play backed up to the goal line. It's not a safe play and the wind's blowing 20 miles per hour and the wind is hitting you around your midriff. So yes, on paper, yeah, it's a safe play. But you gotta understand downs, distance, situations. I'm not running that play in that game. Everything bad can happen with that play. So the offensive linemen are going to be off late because of the crowd noise. So no, Freddie Kitchens and their game plan was totally idiotic. So, I mean, I just, New England, I told you, Jenna, and I wasn't joking, 14-2, and that's because they're going to give away the last game of the season. They're going to lose one game because no one can be that consistent.
But I would just like it. I'm sorry. I would just love it if we could see a game where they're pushed by a team that has talent on both sides of the ball. They've been pushed once this year by Buffalo. Buffalo's a well-coached team with a great defense. Cleveland clearly had the talent to coach them, but the coaching mismatch was a minute ball Muggsy Bogues situation as far as discrepancy. Maybe Baltimore will do it. Baltimore's well coached. Baltimore's got a solid defense, even if it hasn't played up to its ability, and a running game that can do some things. But I just want to see this Patriots team in a game close late where the other team is not. You mentioned Freddie Kitchens' play calling. His timeout and his challenge management was.
It's like he's not made the coach now. I know only been 1 year. He's not made the coach now. When you're going to this either the best coach of all time, great defensive mind, your play calling can't be what it was the first week of the season. And you come out and do this, Belichick put a good defense together. He know your quarterback's struggling. He knows it's some flaws right there. He's going to put the matchup against it and make sure that you make mistakes, and you did.
High schoolish, to say the least.
And it's not just the coaching. The weather affected both teams yesterday. The Browns had 13 penalties. The Patriots had 4. It's the players as well that need to watch what they're doing, play smart football. The coach isn't out there doing that. But speaking of coaching, you have to give a nod to Bill Belichick and what he's done picking up his 300th career win.
Oh, it's amazing. It's unbelievable. I remember Belichick as a defensive coordinator playing against him. I played against him 6 times in Philadelphia. 87, we played him twice. 88, played him twice. We beat him 4 times in a row. We had an amazing game plan going against him. And I can't believe that he would change, as stubborn as he is, how he's changed to being more of an offensive-minded coach, how he's embraced so many. Let's just say do this. Sean McVay, we like him as a coach, right?
Yeah.
Let's just say for the next 25 straight years, he wins 10 games every single year. He still wouldn't be up to 300.
No.
That's how good the guy's been. And it's not lost on me because I do understand that the fundamentals. And it's not even close when we compare who's more important. Robert Kraft got it. He drafted Brady in the 6th round. Sent the 1st round.
Because that's the other of the game. I know it's basic. I know it's boring. But you got to have players that's fundamental. I understand why I want the flashy. Ain't nothing wrong with having flashy plays. But you gotta be fundamental to be successful in this league. I don't care how boring the Patriots is. They always been a fundamental team. And they get the job done. That's why they have 6 trophies sitting in their organization. That's why they got 6 banners hanging up in that rafter. Because of the fundamentals they doing.
For Belichick. And he is getting every bit out of Belichick. Greatest coach that's ever played the game. Special teams, he's a master. We know what he does defensively. And him adopting a more pass-friendly offense. When the league changed, with the rule changes. I mean, as you say, Nick, he is one of one. And to be able to cover his greatness, it's been amazing.
And I'm really glad you mentioned how they got him. When we talk about the single greatest trades in sports history, you hear about the Herschel Walker trade, you hear about how the Lakers got James Worthy. That 1st round pick for Bill Belichick is the single most influential trade in NFL history by far. Is the Herschel Walker trade second? Okay, hey, that led to 3 Super Bowls. This led to 6 and counting, and unlike a player, he can coach for 30 years if he wants to. They are going to we all had them as the 1 seed going into this season, but things can happen. Now I think we all say, no, things can't happen. They're going to be the 1 seed. They're going to sweep the 2010s with buys. They're going to go through the entire decade of being the 1 or the 2 seed every single year. Brady's had MVP years. He's had down-ish years by his standards. They've had great offensive weapons. They've had these offensive weapons. And you mentioned the greatest defensive coach. One last thing. During the broadcast, they were like, they showed Jared Mayo and Belichick's son, and they said, who's calling the defense? Man, I got a feeling who's at least drawing up the defenses. It's that guy right there who is just every...
Cuz, man, Brady had some down years before, but he gotta make up for it. That's what making him a Hall of Famer. Cause he gotta make up for stuff. He had some talent. He had Randy Moss before. He did have Randy Moss. He still made the guys around him better. It don't matter who step on that field. He gonna make sure he get the best out of you. He don't look at you any different. He look at you as a wide receiver that's on that field waiting, and he gonna give you the football and make you better. And people accept that role, and that's why they gonna continue being successful.
Here, reinvents himself if he needs to, and puts his team in the best possible position to win a championship.
Now, if we could just get those sleeves to go all the way down.
He can wear whatever he wants.
Be a fashion icon. Coming up, should Aaron Rodgers be the MVP frontrunner after another dominant performance? That is still ahead. This is First Things First.